Welcome, my fellow Knickerbockerians, and thank you for tuning in to another playoff edition of Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. This program is brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. It's game time! Tonight's playoff matchup features your New York Knicks against the Philadelphia 76ers. It's game 4. Today under the bright lights of Xfinity Mobile Arena, the pressure shifts entirely onto Philadelphia. The New York Knicks into game 4, the Eastern Conference semifinals with a commanding 3-0 series lead, standing one win away from completing a clean sweep of the Sixers and punching their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals. For New York, this is more than just a closeout game. This is a statement opportunity. Since game 4 of the first round, the Knicks have played with toughness, discipline, and a relentless edge that has overwhelmed their opponents on both ends of the floor. That identity has carried this team to the brink of something special. And now they stand 48 minutes away from finishing the job. Jalen Brunson has controlled the tempo of this series like a seasoned playoff assassin. Calm in the chaos, fearless in big moments, delivering bucket after bucket when the Knicks have needed them most. But elimination games create a different kind of atmosphere. Philadelphia knows that there is no tomorrow. The Sixers are fighting to extend the series and save their season. They must protect their home floor and avoid the embarrassment of being swept in front of their own fans. The energy inside the arena will be desperate, emotional, and hostile from the opening tip. Closeout games are never easy. The final win is always the hardest one to get. They'll seek every opportunity to make New York uncomfortable. But championship caliber teams know how to silence a building, or in this case, get the New York fans in attendance roaring like Spartan warriors in what could feel like a possible home game. They know how to withstand the punches, and the Knicks now have the opportunity to solidify where they belong in the championship conversation. And a sweep today will send a message across the NBA. The opportunity is here. The time is now. And history is waiting. So keep it right here, Knickerbockerians. Stay locked in. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
the music.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we get tip underway. And we're off. Philadelphia wins the tip. On the floor, the starting five for New York will be Brunson, Towns, Hart, McBride, and Bridges. As Philly looking to get things started early. Tyrese Maxey penetrating inside for a left-hand layup is good. They start out the game 2-0. Here's New York getting into their offense early. Bridges has it. Penetrating from the right wing inside. Flip shot over. Kelly Oubre in the paint is good. Tied it 2-all. Here's Maxey. Swing it over. VJ Edgecombe, a right wing three, no good. Rebound Towns. Gets it out to Brunson. Brunson over the Cat, working on Embiid. 2 steps into the paint, kicks out to Bridges. Bridges inside, spins around, kicks it back out to Josh Hart. Over to Jalen on the right side. New York starts the offense in front of their own bench as we get a whistle on the play. New York will have it side out of bounds. Jalen Brunson to inbound. To Karl Anthony Towns. Back to Jalen Brunson. Pull up for left wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
That time was Jalen Brunson. Here's New York on defense. Josh Hart contests a Paul George three. No good. A rebound Brunson. Driving left in a hurry. Whips it out to Josh Hart out over to Karl Anthony Towns, looking to back Paul George down in the paint. Sees a double team, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges driving right, and he'll draw a foul. And this time it'll be on Embiid. His first. New York out to a 5-2 lead with a little over 10 minutes remaining in the first. Side inbounds Brunson to Cat. Cat looking to penetrate, picks up his dribble, surveying the floor. Looking for a cutter, nothing's there. Almost gets the ball knocked out of his hands, recovered by Bridges. Bridges, pull-up jump shot, foul line extended, no good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Maxey, penetrating against 3 Knicks defenders and forces one in. 5-4 New York lead, 9:42 remaining in the first. Here's Cat, three-point line extended, being guarded by Joel Embiid. DHO to Josh Hart. Josh Hart takes a Cat screen, pulls up from three-point land, and knocks it down.
Rising and surprising.
Was Josh Hart that time. Here's the Knicks on defense. They blitz Maxey. He comes off the ball over to a Oubre right wing three, no good. Put back by VJ Edgecombe is rejected by Towns. Here's Brunson the other way. Takes a right wing three, no good. Here's Philly back the other way. Maxey, stop, pops three, no good. Tip ball for the rebound is knocked out of bounds by New York. Philly will maintain possession. Here's Maxey. Takes a right wing three, front iron, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart. Gets it up the floor, trying to find a post up. Bridges, who is working on Tyrese Maxey, and draws a foul. That'll send him to the line. No, excuse me, Knicks will have it side out of bounds. Here's Brunson, inbound to Hart. Brunson on the right wing, driving right on the right side, penetrating against Paul George, flip shot to the rim is no good. Here's Philadelphia in the front court. Maxey over to Embiid on the block, whips it over to the opposite corner for VJ Edgecombe, three, no good. Rebound, McBride in a hurry. Gets it to Josh Hart, back to McBride for a right wing three, raises up and knocks it down.
Rising and surprising.
Was Deuce McBride. Here's Philly the other way. Joel Embiid, stop, pops a foul line, jumper is good. 11-6 New York lead with 8:05 remaining in the first. Here's Bridges across the timeline, staring down Oubre. Over the Cat, working on the left side against Embiid. Gets it over to McBride, who pulls up for another three from the left wing and knocks it down.
Rising and surprising.
That time was Deuce McBride. Here's Philly the other way in the front court. Joel, swoop move, looking for a foul, no good, turnover. Brunson has it, whips it to McBride, sidestep, dribble left, knocks down another three.
Rising and surprising.
Was Deuce McBride, who's coming out on a heater early in this one. Knocks down three consecutive three-point shots as Nick Nurse is furious. Demonstrative towards the refs, and he'll take a timeout and he'll want to talk to his team as Deuce McBride, who hasn't been playing all that well, starts the game out hitting his first three of three from downtown. Knicks lead 17-6. And now a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, if you're just joining us, you've reached Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we get back to live action. Philly got blitzed early. Nick Nurse had to take a timeout. Here's Embiid. Center circle working on Karl Anthony Towns, whips it over to Oubre. Sees a crowd, flip shot no good. Rebound Towns, outlets to McBride. McBride looking to get off another one. Guarded by Edgecombe. Gets it back from Brunson to McBride, who's 4 for 4.
Rising and surprising.
Knocking down another left wing three. Here's Philly back the other way. Shot up by Maxey is no good. Put back attempt by Oubre. And it'll be Karl Anthony Towns who gets called for goaltending. As we take a look at the replay, McBride coming out early with the hot hand. Back to live action. Here's Brunson working on VJ. Spin around shot. Fade away is good.
Spinning, winning.
That time Brunson. Here's Maxey. Over to Embiid. Takes a deep left wing three over Towns is good. It's a double-digit lead early, 22-11 New York lead. Here's Brunson over to Towns, who says, I'll see you three, and I'll match you a right wing three.
Rising and surprising.
Knicks lead 25-11. Here's Embiid. DHO to Oubre, guarded by Brunson, gets the switch on to Towns. Flip shot off the backboard is good. Here's the Knicks the other way. Karl Anthony Towns at the top of the three-point line, looking to penetrate, gets it over to McBride. Back over to Towns, who's looking down. Tyrese Maxey gets into the lane, step through, big 2 steps, flip shot is good. Here's Philly the other way. Over to Embiid. Gets it over to Paul George, whips it over to VJ. Edgecomb's float into the lane is no good. Here's Brunson, back the other way. Gets the ball over to the top of the three-point line, extended to Karl Anthony Towns, whips a pass over to Bridges, almost loses it. Ends up with Josh Hart, who gets it to McBride, working on Paul George. Driving left, fancy dribble, almost loses it. DHO to Hart as we get a shot clock violation. New York failed to get off a shot that time. As we take a look at that Karl Anthony Towns replay from the top of the key, working on Maxey inside, and then taking a three-pointer over Joel Embiid as he's trying to put his imprint on the game early. It's a 27-13 New York Knicks lead with 4:30 remaining. Philly has possession. Here's Embiid over to VJ Edgecombe, staring down Robinson. And Embiid with another three-point left wing basket is good. Substitution into the game, Mitchell Robinson. Here's Mitchell Robinson, gets it inside from Karl Anthony Towns, misses. Towns with the putback, no good. Ball ends out in Brunson's hands. Deep on the right wing side, taking a three-pointer over Paul George and nails it.
Rising and surprising.
Was Jalen Brunson that time. Knicks with a 14-point lead. Here's Maxey the other way, penetrating on Towns. And the shot is good as Towns took a hard spill to the floor on that play. He's up and appears to be okay. Has the ball right around the midcourt line. Staring down Paul George. Gets a switch on to Maxey. Gets by Maxey. Drop off pass to Mitchell Robinson, who puts it in for the stuff.
Huffing and stuffing.
That time was Mitchell Robinson. Here's Philadelphia. Paul George looking to operate on Brunson. Gets an Embiid screen. Embiid gets it back. Kicks it out to Maxey for a left wing three. Off the front iron. No good. Rebound Bridges. Here's Brunson the other way. On the floor with Robinson, Towns, Bridges, and McBride. Cat pump fakes. Almost loses the ball. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson gets a screen from Mitch. Pulls up over Joel Embiid for the top of the key. 3-point basket.
Rising and surprising.
Knicks out big early in this one. 35-18. And Nick Nurse wants to talk it over with his team as he looking at the Knicks trying to run away with this one early. Out to a 35-18 lead. You're now rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie-Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie-Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Back to live action. Philly has the ball. Side out. Inbound to Oubre. muscles his way inside over Brunson for a flip shot, 2-point basket. Here's Brunson the other way, looking to return the favor, being guarded by Oubre on the left wing. Swooping crossover left to right, pulls it back out. 3-point line extended, whips it over to the right corner to Shamet. Shamet whips it to the left corner for a deep Clarkson three. No good, but he'll be fouled on the play. That'll be the first on Edwards. That'll send Clarkson to the line. Might have been a toenail over the 3-point line. His first free throw attempts of the game. First shot is up, and it's good. On the floor for New York is Brunson, Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson. Jordan Clarkson's second attempt is good, as they will reward him 3 shots on that play. Mitchell Robinson into the game, replacing Towns, who may have been injured on that spill moments ago, battling for a rebound. As Clarkson misses the third attempt, New York Knicks still lead 37-20 with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Here's Tyrese Maxey staring down Shamet, putting pressure on the basket, drives inside, flip shot off the back board is no good. Good spin move, but couldn't finish the play, and we'll have a loose ball foul. It'll be on Jordan Clarkson. As we take a look at Karl Anthony Towns on the bench, grimacing just a bit. Back to live action. Here's Maxey. Flip shot at the rim, putting pressure on the painted area, and that'll send him to the free throw line as he's fouled by Landry Shamet. His first attempt is good. Knicks lead this Eastern Conference semifinals 3-0, looking to break out the brooms. Here's Maxey's second attempt, no good. Battle for the rebound is tipped back in by Andre Drummond as Josh Hart appears to be shaken up on that play, battling for the rebound. Brunson into the front court, working on Edwards. Gets a screen from Mitchell Robinson. Sees a double. Comes off the ball to Landry Shamet at the top of the 3-point line. Looking to penetrate on Maxey. Pump fake. Right wing 3 is up and good. Was Landry Shamet from the right wing, as all the Knicks with a knack early in this one. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Whips it over to Edwards for a deep corner 3. No good. Air ball put back. Drummond, no good. Here's Hart the other way, looking to put pressure on the rim. Gets it over to Clarkson. Kick out swing. Another 3-point attempt. Right wing is nailed down by Landry Shamet.
Rising and surprising.
Here's Philly in a hurry the other way. Maxey looking to put pressure on the rim. Gets fouled by Mitchell Robinson. That has sent him to the line. As we take a look at Landry Shamet, duping and hooping that time on Tyrese Maxey. And then again, Shamet pulling up from 3. It gives the Knicks a 20-point lead. Back to live action. Tyrese Maxey knocks down the first free throw. Brings them within 19 as we have substitutions. On the floor for New York, Robinson, Brunson, Hart, Clarkson and Shamet. As Maxey missed the second free throw. Here's Hart on the block. Around the midpoint of the paint. Takes a turnaround. Jump shot. No good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Tyrese Maxey looking to work on Hart. Operating around the half-court line. Calling out instructions. Here's the screen from Grimes. Gets the switch on to Brunson. Good help defense by Clarkson. Maxey penetrates inside. Loses the ball for a Philadelphia turnover. Knicks will have possession on the side. As we take a look at the great defense that time by New York, forces the turnover. Rotations were solid. As Karl Anthony Towns, who was grimacing earlier, has now checked back into the game. Here's Shamet with another deep three pull-up as the time expired, but it's long. Off the back iron, and that'll close out the first quarter. New York with a commanding 43-24 lead. And we'll return after these messages. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the call with me, your host, Severe Elder. So tap in with me. Drop your score predictions right now. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're calling Knicks games live. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So be sure to stay locked in as the second quarter is about to get underway. Knicks are looking to close out the series, getting early production from Deuce McBride with 12-point shooting, 4 of 4 from the three-point line. Back to live action. Here's Towns. Drop-off pass to Jordan Clarkson inside, who swoops it in with the left hand off of the backboard. Gives New York a 45-24 lead early in the second. Here's Paul George. Turnaround jumper over Josh Hart is good. On the floor for New York is Alvarado, Shamet, Hart, Towns, and Clarkson. As Hart takes a left wing three, no good. Here's New York the other way, Philly the other way. And looks like we're going to get a foul call. As Edwards made his move for a pull-up and got fouled, taking a jumper that has sent him to the line for two. It's been all Knicks, all New York early in this one. Edwards at the line, first attempt is good. 45-27. New York lead with 11:11 remaining in the second quarter. Edwards' second attempt is up, and it's good. 45-28 New York lead. Is Alvarado into the front court, whips it over to Shamet inside the Towns on the left block. Gets it over, swing a pass over to Hart. A little too high in a ride that time. It'll be a New York Knicks turnover. Is New York on the defensive end. Paul George three-point attempt over Towns is no good. Rebound New York the other way. Shamet has it. All right, wing. Corner three is good.
Rising and surprising.
Was Shamet that time. And Paul George comes back the other way, and it'll be a Philadelphia turnover. Little too fancy that time. Dribbled it off of his foot right into a backcourt violation. As we take a look at the replay of that nice pull-up three-point corner shot from Landry Shamet is money. Back to live action. Alvarado over to Towns, who's on the right wing. Flips it over to Shamet. Shamet, fancy dribble. Stop, pops, pull-up shot, no good. Rebound, Clarkson to Towns. Tip pass over to Hart. Hart spin-a-rama in the lane with the flip shot at the basket is good. And the foul.
Spinning, winning.
That time was Josh Hart. Off the offensive rebound by Clarkson, who got it over to Cat, who tap passed it over to Hart. And he drew a foul on Embiid as he went back up strong at the line looking to complete the three-point play. And he does. Foul shot is good, gives New York a 51-28 lead. 10 minutes remaining in the second. Here's George working on Hart. Switched over to Towns. Fadeaway jumper over Towns. Bounces around the rim and in. Is Alvarado in a hurry the other way. Operating on the right side. Cut off by Grimes. Brings it back out up top. Gets a screen from Towns. Towns rolling. Drop off pass to Hart. Flip shot is up and good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was Josh Hart. Here's VJ Edgecombe looking to get inside. And he does. Took it in strong over Hart for a two-point basket. Here's Towns back the other way, driving on Embiid. Flip shot behind the head, pass over to Shamet. Couldn't nail the three. Offensive rebound, Hart. Gets it to Alvarado. Swing to Shamet inside to Clarkson. Teardrop floater, no good. Here's Embiid back the other way. Over to Grimes. Easy bunny layup, and he blew it. Rebound Hart. Going the other way. Clarkson filling the lane out to the corner to Alvarado, who's tripped up by Grimes. And they'll get Grimes on the trip up. Foul drawn by Alvarado. As we take a look at the replay, Karl Anthony Towns driving on Paul George. Gets a double team with Joel Embiid helping weak side, and he just dropped it off to Josh Hart for the easy put-in basket. Back to live action. Inbound play. Ends up with a right wing Karl Anthony Towns three-point basket.
Rising and surprising.
Gives the Knicks a 56-32 lead, and we have a turnover. Mikal Bridges into the passing lane. Whips it into the corner for Alvarado. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Robinson. Kicks it open to a wide-open McBride on the left wing for a three-point left wing basket.
Rising and surprising.
Giving New York a 59-32 lead as Deuce McBride is shooting 5 for 5 from the three-point line in this one. And Philadelphia wants to talk it over as the Knicks look to run away with this one. Wow. And now a word from our sponsors.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
All right, Knickerbockers, if you're just tuning in, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. As we're back to live action. 8:10 remaining in the second as Philadelphia opens up the play after the timeout with a Joel Embiid jumper. 59-34. New York leads. Here's Cat with the ball. Working on the baseline against Paul George. Picks up his dribble, whips it over to McHale. McHale, fadeaway jump shot is side iron short. On the floor, Bridges, Towns, Alvarado, Robinson, and McBride. Here's Embiid over to Maxey. Gets the switch on to Mitchell Robinson. Sees a double. Gets it to Joel Embiid, who takes two big steps inside the paint for a layup. New York the other way. Into the front court, McBride. Driving left down the left side. Flip shot with the left hand. No good. Battle for the rebound. Robinson comes up with it, and he'll be tied up with Barlow as he dives on him on the floor for the loose ball. And looks like we'll have a tie-up with a possible jump ball between Mitchell Robinson and Barlow. Tosses up. New York wins it. Here's Brunson working on Edgecombe. Gets the switch on to George. Drive, left side. Left hand floater shot, no good. Rebound. Robinson out to Brunson for a left wing three. Side iron. Gets his own rebound. Penetrates pump fake. Out to Bridges for a left wing three. Front iron short. Another battle for the rebound. Tipped out. And looks like it'll be out of bounds. Deflected out by Barlow. And Knicks will retain possession. Side out of bounds. Brunson looking to inbound. Gets it into Robinson. DHO back to Brunson. Brunson penetrate right side. Lobs it up to Mitchell Robinson, who couldn't get it to go that time. Out to McBride. Hardens up with it. Toss shot up at the rim. No good. Battle for the rebound. Philly has it. Here's Maxey in a hurry the other way. Again, drives inside on two defenders and makes the layup over Bridges and Miles McBride. Here's New York the other way. Bridges being guarded by Barlow. Takes it inside. Right hand drive is good.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Mikal Bridges. Here's Philly into the front court. Edgecombe has it. Gets a screen from Embiid. Pull up three-point shot is no good. Battle for the rebound. And it'll be out of bounds on Barlow. Knicks will have it. No, we'll get a foul call on Barlow. Third team foul. Knicks will have it side out in the backcourt. Bridges to inbounds to McBride. McBride staring down Maxey. Gets it over the timeline. Between the leg dribble. Crossover. Right to left. Flips it over to Bridges on the left wing. It's the switch. Drop off to Robinson. Back to Bridges. Bridges whips it to the corner for Josh Hart. Three. No good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Weaving. Gets inside. Right hand toss shot. Wow, no good. Rebound Hart. Knicks got a 5-4-on-1 break. Out to McBride. Left wing three. No good. Rebound Bridges. Bridges fighting on the inside. Snatches it away from Barlow and goes back up strong for the basket. Gives the Knicks a 63-38 lead in this one. Philly almost turns the ball over. Battle for the ball on the floor between Bridges and Embiid. And it'll result in a jump ball as Embiid looks shaken up on the play. As Bridges dived on top of him in the battle for the 50-50 ball. As we take a look at the replay, Bridges got into the passing lane and deflected that pass from Maxey out to Embiid. That led to both players diving on the floor for the 50-50 possession. And we'll have a jump ball center circle between Joel Embiid and Mikal Bridges. Philly wins the toss. Here's Edgecombe working right to left, crossover, drives inside, swoop shot left to right off the glass is good. 63-40 Knick lead with 4:50 remaining. Here's Brunson penetrating, trying to create short on the flip shot. Rebound Towns, who's got mugged, battling for the loose ball rebound.
Pounding and astounding.
Was Karl Anthony Towns. And looks like we'll have another jump ball as Edgecombe and Towns were battling for it. Ref signals jump ball, free throw line area extended. Toss is up. Knicks win the possession, ends up in Brunson's hand, staring down Oubre. Gets it over to Towns. Curl action. Towns surveying. Sets a screen. DHO to Brunson. Brunson looking to work on Barlow. Step back three as the shot clock expired. No good. Philly with the possession. Here's VJ into the front court. Dribbling left. Euro step through. Tip put back is good by Joel Embiid as he tips it in off the VJ Edgecombe miss as Brunson is waving his finger to challenge the play. I guess to say that it was an offensive interference, but I didn't see that there. But the tip in by Joel Embiid is good, and he picks up a foul as he went tumbling down to the floor. Embiid looking to complete the three-point play. Free throw is good. Knicks still up 20, 63-43 with 4:20 remaining in this one. And we'll get a New York Knicks timeout. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the call. The number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. As Mike Brown will take a timeout, we'll get another word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers. If you're enjoying Knicks Live play-by-play with me, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we get back to live action. Brunson inbounds in the backcourt. Gets it over to McBride, who brings it across the timeline, staring down Maxey. Over to Brunson, working on Edgecombe. Screen Towns. Gets the ball over to Towns. On the right block. Working on Paul George. Spin around, put up shot is no good, and he'll draw a foul. No, he won't draw a foul. They're going to call an offensive foul on Karl Anthony Towns, who got an elbow on the spin around up high around the head and neck area of Paul George. Here's Philly. Oubre has it. Working on Brunson. Bumping him. Inside. Spin. Fadeaway. Short. Rebound. Drummond. And looks like it'll be a stoppage in play. They'll call a foul. It'll be on Brunson. Trying to guard Oubre, and that'll send him to the line for two. Knicks lead by 20. 63-43 with 3:44 remaining in the second quarter. Here's Oubre's first attempt is up, and he front irons it. No good. Oubre's second attempt is up. Rattles around and looks like we'll have an offensive interference by Andre Drummond. Discount the basket. New York still leads by 20. 63-43. Let me know how you're feeling about this one, Knickerbockers, as New York looks to close out this one in dramatic fashion. Here's Josh Hart over to Towns, penetrating on Drummond, swings it over to Brunson for a right wing corner three.
Rising and surprising.
Was Jalen Brunson that time. Here's Oubre out to Paul George, pump fakes the three, drops it off to Andre Drummond, who throws it down with authority. Here's the Knicks the other way. Josh Hart over to Brunson. Brunson sees a double team, whips it back out to Hart for a right wing corner three.
Rising and surprising.
Was Josh Hart, as Philly comes back the other way in a hurry. Flip shot at the basket by Oubre is no good as he gets hammered inside. He'll go to the line to shoot some more free throws. As we take a look at that replay, the ball is moving and they're clicking, as every Knick with a knack from the three-point line area in this one. Back to live action. Oubre at the line. Makes the first. 69-46, New York Knicks lead. 2:53 remaining in the second quarter. Be sure to check in with me for the halftime check so I can get your score predictions and your thoughts on how things are transpiring in the first half in this one, as Oubre knocks down the second of two free throws. 69-47, Knicks lead. And we'll have a lull in the action. As we have some substitutions into the game. On the floor for New York is Brunson, Bridges, Hart, McBride, and Robinson. Brunson inbound. Get it to Mitch, back to Brunson. And Philly has decided they want to deploy the Hacker-Mitch strategy once again, as Robinson last game proved it null and void, and he went 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the previous one. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up, and Robinson puts it down. (70-47). New York with a monster lead in this one. 2:47 remaining in the second quarter. Here's Robinson's second attempt. Free throw is up, and it's good. And Robinson knocks down a pair as the New York fans in attendance are beside themselves. Here's Philly. Embiid over the Edgecombe for a left right wing 3, no good. Hart with the rebound over to McBride. Guarded by Edgecombe. Picks up his dribble. Guarded by Paul George. Gets it over to Brunson. Here's the screen from Mitchell Robinson. He goes the opposite way. Penetrates. Shot is up, and it's a putback stuff by Robinson, but looks like they're going to wave it off as the foul came before the putback. And Brunson draws the foul. And he'll shoot free throws as the foul looks like it was assessed to Kelly Oubre on the drive. Oh no, excuse me. They'll put Robinson on the line for the Hacker-Mitch as he missed the first free throw attempt. They got the foul on Robinson prior to Brunson drive to the basket. Here's Robinson at the line, shooting his second attempt. Ball is up, back iron no good, but he gets the rebound. Over the Bridges, out to Brunson, staring down Grimes. He holds, signals for a screen from Mitch. Operating three-point line extended, pull up. Long three-point shot as the shot clock expired, no good. Philly gets the rebound. Here's Paul George working on McBride. Gets the switch to Mitch. Back over to McBride. Whips the ball out in the corner for Quentin Grimes. 3 is good. 71-50. New York leads. Minute 42 remaining in the second. Here's McBride over the Bridges. Screen Robinson. Bridges drives, right hand, comes to the middle of the floor, ends up on the left wing, fadeaway, baby jump shot is good. Here's Philly the other way. Maxey over to Kelly Oubre, inside to Embiid, looking to post up Robinson, and just bulldozers him over as they both go tumbling to the floor. And Robinson comes up a little gimpy as Embiid pushes him down with his backside. But they'll call the foul on Robinson. And it'll send Embiid to the line for 2. Embiid has been all on the hardwood floor, falling down, tumbling and bumbling all over the place throughout this whole series. Embiid will be at the line. If you enjoy listening to live Knicks play-by-play, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Tap in with me in the chat or leave your comments below as the Knicks are running away with this one 73-50 with a minute 15 remaining in the first half. Here's Embiid's attempt at the line is good. Seventy-three to 51, New York leads. Looking to broom sweep the Sixers in this Eastern Conference semi-finals playoff matchup. Embiid's second attempt is good. Here's Brunson into the front court, staring down Oubre over to Bridges. Bridges whips it over to McBride. McBride to Huck Porty, back to McBride. McBride driving left, pull up, foul line elbow, and he whips it over to Josh Hart as he was fouled on the pass. McBride will go to the line to shoot free throws. First attempt is up, and it's good. Nick Nurse was thinking about challenging that play, but he couldn't get the timeout in time. McBride has 16 points, shooting 5 for 7 from the field and 5 of 6 from downtown. And he drains the second free throw. Gives the Knicks a 72-52 lead, and we have a Philadelphia turnover. Here's Josh Hart over to Brunson to McBride in the corner for a wide open right wing corner three is good.
Rising and surprising.
That time McBride again, shooting 6 of 7 from downtown. As we get a foul on Huck Porty against Embiid, looking to post him up. .36.1 seconds remaining in the first half. On the floor for the Knicks is Bridges, Brunson, Hart, Huck Porty, and McBride. As Embiid, first attempt is up and it's good. Philly trailing big time in this one, as all the Knicks with a knack, as the emphasis has been from the three-point line tonight. Joel Embiid's second attempt is up and good. Here's McBride across the half-court line. 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Gets a screen from Josh Hart, gets the switch on to Tyrese Maxey. Over to Huck Porty. Three-point line extended. DHO to Bridges. Whips it out to Josh Hart for a left wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
Josh Hart, who's shooting well from downtown in this one. Here's Philly. 5 seconds remaining. Gets it over to Grimes. Step back three on the right side is good. 1.2 seconds remaining. Inbound pass from Brunson to Hart. Heave is way short, no good. But New York will take a 81-57 lead into the half. Leading big time in this one as Philly has no answers to stop the onslaught and the three-point barrage from the Knicks. And that'll take us into halftime. When we return, the halftime check. Stay with me. Stay locked in. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
People.
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe. Yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
People.
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe. Yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
Get ready to leave it on scene. It's the halftime check, live with Knicks on the Call.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockers, as we are now at the halftime check, Knicks lead over the 76ers 81-57. Entering the half, making a playoff season high 18 3-point baskets, shooting a whopping 62.1% from downtown in the first half of this one, as they assisted on 20 of 28 field goals and committed a low 2 turnovers in the first half, as Deuce McBride, who's filling in admirably for the absent Mr. Bulldozer Finesse OG Anunoby. McBride coming in big time with a whopping 20 first half points, 2 rebounds, and no assists or no steals, but he has it going early in this one, as the captain has 14 points and 5 assists and 4 boards, with the Catman Dew leading the Knicks with 9 assists, who's been spectacular dishing the rock in this one, as the offense have seemed to flow through him ever since the beginning of Game 4 from the previous matchup. And Josh Hart, Mr. Swiss Army Knife himself, has 14 points, 7 rebounds, and throw in 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block. All the Knicks are in the plus column of the plus minus stat line, as they're getting contributions from one Miles McBride, filling in admirably, giving you the 20 points that OG pretty much would have been giving you in his absence thus far, as the Knicks are shooting 52.8% from the field, 70% from the free throw line, and they have a whopping 20 team assists to Philadelphia's 11. But the story of the night has been the shot making from 3, whether it's been Brunson or McBride or Landry Shamet. It's been nothing but splash city in this one, as the Knicks have been completely dominant from the tip. They also have 12 points they managed to score off of Philadelphia turnovers, while only committing 2 turnovers as a team themselves. Looks like the Knicks should run away with this one. Sorry, Philadelphia fans, but it looks like you're about to get swept, as it's been a no contest kind of game thus far. Barring some catastrophic collapse, I don't see a way where Philly gets back into this one. New York has the edge all across the board, and despite the heroic efforts in the first half, 19 points from Joel Embiid, it's to no avail, as he's not getting any help from elsewhere. Maxey has been pretty much held in check, as well as Paul George, as the Knicks, who been displaying their dominance throughout this first half, will probably have the bench finish out the game, I'm sure somewhere mid third quarter to the end of the game. We'll see garbage time in this one, with the opportunity to rest the starters as we look ahead for the winner between the Pistons and the Cavaliers for an Eastern Conference Finals matchup. But we won't get too far ahead of ourselves as we still have 24 minutes to go in this one. It's been all Knicks, all New York so far throughout the first half. When we return, the start of the third quarter, you're now rocking steady with Knicks on the call. If you enjoy listening to live New York Knicks play-by-play, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. We'll get a word from our sponsors. Second half when we return.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we begin the second half. Start of the third quarter, Knicks have the possession, and you'll have Karl Anthony Towns finding a cut in Mikal Bridges across the lane for the left-hand layup.
Position is switching.
That time, as Philadelphia comes back the other way with a Paul George 3. New York has it into the front court. Towns to Brunson on the right side, working on Edgecombe, and he'll be called for a reach-in foul. As the Knicks open up the third with an 83-60 lead over the Philadelphia 76ers, looking to close them out in this one. Inbounds, Brunson to Towns, back to Brunson, gets a screen from Towns. Brunson, bounce pass inside to Josh Hart. Josh Hart whips it back outside to Karl Anthony Towns. Teardrop push shot is no good, and we'll have a foul. And it'll go against Philadelphia, sending Towns to the line. As Josh Hart comes up holding his head on that possession. Here's Karl Anthony Towns at the line for two. First free throw attempt is up, and it's good. 84-60. New York leads in the opening minutes of the third quarter. Every Knick with a knack. New York putting on a splendid, relentless performance thus far. Here's Karl Anthony Towns. Second attempt is good. Maxey with the ball in the front court, looking to work on Bridges. Drives left, gets it back out to Embiid, almost loses it, regains it. Looking to drive on Towns on the right side. Fadeaway jumper on the right wing is good. Here's McBride into the front court. Hands it off to Josh Hart, DHO to Bridges, swings it to Karl Anthony Towns. Pump fake three, drives by Embiid, 2 steps into the lane, and good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was Karl Anthony Towns that time. And here's Philly back the other way, and it looks like we're going to have a foul call on the Embiid drive, who barreled into Towns, and that'll be Karl Anthony Towns' 4th personal foul. The only thing that's been plaguing him thus far in this Philadelphia matchup and throughout the playoffs in general is Karl Anthony Towns, and how could he manage to stay out of foul woes? Some of these fouls are just totally unnecessary. And even in his limited minutes due to those foul woes, he's managed to be splendid when he's out on the floor. But that foul will regulate him to the bench early, as he goes to the bench with 12 points and 10 assists. As Embiid knocks the first one down. Second attempt, rims in and out, no good. Here's Brunson working on VJ Edgecombe over the Bridges. Mitchell Robinson screen, Bridges into the lane. Pump fake pivot, spins around, nothing's there, gets the ball out to Hart. Hart over the Bridges, penetrating on the left side. Whips it out to wide open McBride, corner 3, no good. Battle for the rebound ensues. Oubre has it. Here's Maxey. Has the ball in the front court, whips it over to George for a white wing 3, side iron, no good. Battle for the loose ball is out of bounds. New York will retain it. Here's Bridges. DHO to Brunson. Back over to Bridges. Mitchell Robinson screen, three-point line extended. Bridges, right hand dribble to the right side, right elbow shot is good. Here's Maxey. Drop off to Embiid, whips it over to Edgecombe in the corner, back to Embiid. A left wing elbow jumper is good over Mitchell Robinson. On the floor with Brunson, McBride, Hart, and Bridges. As we take a look at the replay, Bridges dribbling, probing, gets to a spot on the right elbow. Jumper is good. Back to live action. Here's Brunson. Pull up right wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
That time, Jalen Brunson. Here's Philadelphia. Over the edge. Combe to Embiid. Back to Edgecombe. Back to Embiid. Back to Edgecombe on the drop-off, spin around. Teardrop floater is good over McBride. Here's Jalen Brunson. Into the front court, gets by Edgecombe, lobs it up to Mitchell Robinson.
Huffing and stuffing.
That time, with the alley-oop pass from Jalen Brunson. Here's Embiid. Philadelphia has it. DHO to Maxey. Maxey on the curl, three-point shot off the side of the rim, out of bounds. Knicks will have it. As we take a look at the replay, Brunson getting around Edgecombe, forces the defense to collapse, and throws the sweet alley-oop pass to Mitchell Robinson, who stuffed it down with authority. Back to live action. 94-67, Knick lead with 8 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Brunson. Gets a screen. Puts the shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound Philly. Edgecombe in a hurry. Barrels over Hart. No call. Gets it out to Grimes. Three-point shot miss. Rebound Philly back to Tyrese Maxey, who knocks down a right wing three-point basket. It's a 94-70 New York Knicks lead with 7:38 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Brunson working on Barlow. Between the legs dribble, left-right crossover, back to the right-left crossover, inside, reverse layup over Joel Embiid is good. And now we have a turnover, ends up in Brunson's hand for a right wing corner three.
Wheeling and dealing. Gyrating, devastating, moving, grooving.
Was Brunson all in one possession? As the Knicks open up a 29-point lead, 99-70. It's been the captain early in the third, getting it done in this one. As Philadelphia wants to talk it over, we'll have a timeout. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
right, Knickerbockers, it's been all Knicks in this one. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below as we get back to live action. Off of the Philadelphia timeout, getting run out of the building. And we have a Maxey 3. Side off the rim. No good. Knicks in transition out to Bridges, a left wing 3. No good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Edgecombe looking to work on Brunson. Flips it inside to Barlow, who puts it in off of the backboard and gets the foul as well on Bridges. He'll go to the line looking to complete a three-point play. As the Knicks have been dominant thus far in this one. Philly is doing their best just to try to stay in the game without making it look too embarrassing in front of their home crowd. Here's Brunson into the front court. Gets it over to a Josh Hart. Three-point basket is good from Josh Hart, who knocks it down from the corner. And the Knicks can't seem to miss from three-point land. Here's Philly. Gets it over to Grimes. Embiid has it. Looking to work on Robinson. Robinson reaches in, almost tips the ball away for a turnover. Ends up in Edgecombe hands, who lays it up and in. On the floor for New York is Brunson, Hart, Robinson, Bridges, and McBride. Here's Hart, operating three-point line, extended on the right wing. Gets it over to McBride. Back to Hart. DHO to Bridges. Whips it over back to McBride. McBride, pull up. Right wing 3 is money.
Rising and surprising.
Splashing it all net that time. Here's Philly the other way, and it'll be a blocking foul called on Jalen Brunson on the Tyrese Maxey drive. As we take a look at the replay of Bridges with a DHO pass to McBride, who's left wide open and knocks down a top of the key 3. Back to live action. Here's Philadelphia. Alley-oop pass, Tyrese Maxey to Grimes is no good. And the call hasn't been made by the officials yet. As the rebound by Josh Hart, he loses it out of bounds. It'll be Philly ball. Inbound under the basket, Tyrese Maxey. Here's Joel Embiid over the Edgecombe. Working on McBride. Pull-up three-point shot is no good. A rebound. Hart being pressed by Maxey in the backcourt. Gets it over to Brunson, who gets it over the timeline. He sees 2. Whips it over to McBride on the right wing. Back to Brunson. Half-court line extended. Gets the screen from Mitchell. Over to Hart. Hart whips a pass high and awry over the head of McBride, and it'll be a turnover. As the Knicks are up 30, 105-75, with 5 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Maxey, whips a pass over to Edgecombe to Embiid. Embiid back to Edgecombe. Edgecombe drives, whips it to the corner to Maxey, driving baseline. He gets it out to the right wing for Grimes. 3 is short. Rebound New York. Here's Brunson over to McBride. Whips it over to Bridges, driving right to left, and he gets bumped. And looks like it's going to be a turnover. Mikal Bridges stepped out of bounds. Court 50 foot wide, but not wide enough for him. Here's Philly. Grimes to Embiid. Embiid. DHO to Maxey. Gets it to Edgecombe in the right wing corner. Passes it inside to Barlow. Flips it out to Joel. He couldn't handle it. It'll be a turnover. Philadelphia. New York Knicks ball. And we'll get a timeout. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. 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 Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians. Miles McBride has set a new playoff career high with 7 3-pointers made and 23 points through 3 quarters. He has already broken his previous playoff high in the Knicks franchise playoff record for threes made through 3 quarters. As we get back to live action off the New York timeout, here's Brunson into the front court, gets it over to Towns, picks up his dribble. He's left wide open, and he knocks down the right wing jumper just inside the 3-point arc as attention was being paid to Brunson. Here's Philly the other way. Drummond inside, gets it blocked and smashed on the backboard by Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns out to Josh Hart. Hits it over to Bridges. Over to Brunson. Brunson looking to work on Grimes. Looking for a Karl Anthony Towns screen between the legs. Dribble penetrates left. Comes baseline. And it looks like he'll draw foul. As Brunson tried to elude Drummond that time. As we take a look at the replay, Towns picked up his dribble and was looking to survey. And as Brunson was getting ready to make a cut, they left him wide open for the jumper. Back to live action. Here's Towns, left side, penetration, driving left on Drummond, and he draws a foul as he flips the shot up at the basket. He'll go to the line for two. That'll be on Drummond, who picks up his fourth. As the Knicks are on a franchise record-setting 6 consecutive playoff wins coming into this one. 107-75, Knicks lead with 3:11 remaining in the third quarter. As Karl Anthony Towns sinks the first of two. Karl Anthony Towns' second attempt is up, and it's good. Knicks just went on a 13-5 run, hitting 5 of 6 shots and 3 threes to push the lead to 32. Here's Maxey, straight on three-point basket. No good, battle for the rebound, and it looks like we'll get a foul. Philadelphia will have possession. Rebound, side out. Paul George turns it over, throws it into Knicks traffic. Here's Karl Anthony Towns taking it inside for a right-handed hammer, but he couldn't get it to go as he gets fouled and sent to the line by Andre Drummond. As Karl Anthony Towns was looking to put the hammer down. Couldn't quite convert it on that attempt, but that'll send him to the line for two. Karl Anthony Towns' first attempt is no good. Knicks lead 109-75 with 2:53 remaining in the third quarter. As it's been all Knicks, all New York in this one. Substitutions made. Into the game would be Alvarado alongside Towns, Shamet, McBride, and Bridges. Here's Philadelphia. Grimes over to George, working on Shamet, gets a switch, sees a double, whips it back out to Maxey. The defensive rotations has been spectacular thus far. Maxey looking to work on McBride, turnaround spin shot, no good. Rebound, Bridges out to Alvarado, into the front court. Towns has it, pump fakes a straight on three. Then he takes the three, looking to get a foul drawn on Drummond, to no avail. Shot is off, out of bounds. Philadelphia will have it. And just like I thought we would have Mike Brown bringing in bench players slowly in this one, as Karl Anthony Towns gets a huge ovation as he heads to the bench, as the bench players are filing in, being substituted in one by one. Here's the Knicks off the Philly miss into the front court. Alvarado, teardrop, good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was Alvarado that time. Here's the Knicks Almost forced the turnover, but will get a foul. On the floor for the Knicks is Alvarado, Shamet, Huck Porty, Bridges. As Maxey will be at the line for two. His first attempt is up, and it's good. As Nick Nurse starts to bring in his bench players as well. On the floor for New York is Alvarado, Clarkson, Shamet, Huck Porty, and McBride. Here's Alvarado. Over to McBride. Driving left. Whips it over to the left wing. Now Alvarado penetrates. Tries to float it up. Gets his shot blocked. Rebound Knicks. Ends up in Shamet's hands for a top of the key three.
Rising and surprising.
That time, Landry Shamet working off the curl. Here's Maxey, still in the game. Drives down the middle, left hand floater is good off the bank. Back the other way, McBride driving left on the left hand side, puts up a 3-point shot, and he draws the foul as the shot went off the front rim and off the backboard and in.
Rising and surprising.
Taking the bump and drawing the foul on Quentin Grimes. That'll send him to the line to complete the 3-point play. What a play by Miles McBride. But the Sixers and Nick Nurse look to challenge it. We'll have the results when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Back to live action. Philadelphia took a challenge and won the challenge. So instead of a 3-point attempt, McBride will go to the line for two as he sinks the first. with 24 points, shooting 7 of 9 from three-point land. He's been on a heater from the start as he knocks down the second. Gives the Knicks a 117-79 lead. Here's Philly. Oubre muscling inside over McBride for 2. 56.9 seconds remaining in the third. Knicks lead 117-81. And we'll have a stoppage in play as Kelly Oubre, out of frustration, has just been whistled for a technical foul. And Clarkson to shoot the technical, and it's good. Gives the Knicks a 118-81 lead over Philadelphia in this one. Here's the Knicks into the front court. Alvarado to Hook Porty, who drives looking to stuff it down. Had stuffing on his mind, but he'll draw a foul. It'll go against Bona as he took it strong to the basket that time. Hook Porty knocks down the first free throw. Second attempt is underway. Second attempt is up and it's good. 120-81. New York Knicks lead with 43 seconds remaining in the third. Here's Grimes. Working on Kolick, who just checked into the game on the floor with Alvarado, Hook Porty, Shamet, and Jordan Clarkson. As Bona got fouled on his way to the basket. Shooting 2. He makes the first. Philadelphia is trailing big time in this one. Staring at a 120-82 New York Knicks lead. And he knocks down the second. 33 seconds remain in the third quarter. 10-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Here's Hook Porty. DHO to Clarkson, working on Bona. Free throw line extended. Right hand. Crossover, left to right between the legs. Down the lane. Teardrop is good.
Wheeling and dealing.
Was that time Jordan Clarkson getting by Bona on the penetration. Here's Edgecombe staring down Alvarado. Crossover, right to left. Penetrate in the lane. Almost a turnover. Saved by Bona. Flips it up as the shot clock dwindles down, and it's good. And that would be the end of the third quarter. As the game clock expires on the Bona push shot. Still, Knicks lead 122-83. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and let me know how you feel about this one, Knicks fans, as it looks like it's going to be another blowout. That's going to lead to 7 consecutive playoff Knicks wins this season, which will be a franchise record. And we'll get the start of the fourth when we return.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with me, your host, Severe Elder, giving you live New York Knicks play-by-play. The Knicks led the 76ers 122 to 83 after 3 quarters, fueled by season-best three-point shooting with 23 for 37 from deep, shooting at 62.2% from deep, with Miles McBride giving you a solid, strong 25 points on 7 of 9 from 3, as the Knicks look to run away with this one. Back to live action. Here's Edgecombe. Gets the switch on to Daddier. Step back 3 is short. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Huck Porty. Gets it to Alvarado. Alvarado into the front court. Nice dime to Huck Porty, rolling down the middle, but couldn't get the basket to fall. But he'll draw foul and go to the line for 2. As Huck Porty knocks down the first of 2 free throw attempts. Second one is up and it's no good. As the Knicks lead by 40. Here's Philadelphia looking to penetrate, and we'll have a foul. As we recap what's happening so far in this one, Knicks out to a 123 to 83 40-point lead as we get the fourth quarter underway. Terry at the line shooting 2, misses the first. The Knicks as a team have 27 assists, led by Karl Anthony Towns with 10, followed behind 6 assists by Jalen Brunson. And here's New York with the ball. As Philly turns it over. Terry tried to throw the ball off Alvarado, but Alvarado snatches it. Knicks in the front court. Here's Pacome Daddier over to Kolek. Try to whip a pass over to Alvarado, but it's deflected out of bounds. A strange sequence on that play where Terry misses the free throw. Philly tried to get the ball back, forced it out of bounds off of a Knick player, and Alvarado came away with it. Back to live action. Alvarado driving left with his right hand floater off the backboard is good. 125-84 Knick lead. Here's Edwards. Deep 3 from the left wing, no good. Ball is batted around and looks like it's going to be over the back. Loose ball foul against Huck Porty. As tempers are starting to heat up between the bench players. And subsequently, everything calms down as they dap each other up, saying no harm, no foul. Let's play ball. Side out inbounds, Edgecombe to Bona. Hands it back to Edgecombe. Edgecombe, three-point line extended. On the right side, right wing pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound, Huck Porty. Gets it over to Kolek. Bounce pass to Alvarado. Scoop shot high off the backboard, no good. Philly ends up with the rebound. Here's Terry the other way. Over to Edgecombe, whips it to Edwards. Three-point back iron, no good. Rebound, Alvarado. On the floor with Daddy A, Kolek, Shamet, and Huck Porty. Here's Shamet on the left wing. Three-point line extended. Driving right. Kicks it out to Huck Porty. Deep three. Bounces around the rim and no good. Rebound Philly. Terry into the front court. Driving right on the right side. Flips it up. Well contested by Huck Porty. No good. Rebound Daddy A. Gets it into the front court. Over to the corner for a right wing three.
Rising and surprising.
Alvarado. That time in the corner. Knocks it down. Compounding Philly's problems in this one as the Knicks lead 128-84 with 9:25 remaining in the fourth. And we got a bounce pass from Daddy A over to Shamet that goes awry and out of bounds. Philly will have possession as Edgecombe is finally substituted out of the game. 128-84 Knick lead. Correction, New York will have possession. Side out of bounds. Into the game, Mo Diawara with Kolek, Huck Porty, Daddy A, and Sohan. Flip shot at the basket is no good by Huck Porty. As we got a stoppage in play. Philly has possession. Here's Bona, weave play. Gets it over to Edwards, swings it over to the left side to Terry. Trying to work on Kolek. Bacombe Daddy A with the help defense. Forces the deflection out of bounds. Philly will have it underneath their basket. Inbound to Terry, who takes a pull-up right wing. Corner three is good. Here's Kolek into the front court. Crossover, right to left, penetrates, ball in his left hand, flip shot off the backboard is good.
Wheeling and dealing.
Was Kolek that time. Here's Bona, spin move, monster attempt jam is no good. As he looked to buff it on Huck Porty on a nice spin move. And that'll send him to the line for two as he got fouled on the play. Bona at the line for two. First attempt is up, and it's no good. Knicks lead 130-87 as the Knicks players are elated on the bench. Nothing but laughter and smiles in this one. Here's Bona's second attempt is up and good. Brings the lead to 130-88 New York with 8:29 remaining in the fourth. Here's Kolek. Gets a screen from Huck Porty. He rolls. Kolek into the paint. Kicks out to a left wing. Diawara three is off. Rebound Philly. Watford has it over to Barlow. looking to penetrate on Huck Porty. Sweep through, step through, no good. Wild shot, air ball. Saved from going out of bounds by Kolick. Knicks into the front court. Jeremy Sohan has it. Bounce past to Kolick. Back to Sohan. Whips it out to the corner to Diawara. Has it deflected by passing it to Kolick. Knicks retain it. Ends up in Sohan's hands, who drops it off to Huck Porty for the two-hand stuff inside.
Huffing and stuffing.
Was Ariel Huck Porty. Here's Philadelphia the other way. Terry penetrates, drop off pass to Barlow for a two-handed dunk is good. 132-90. Knicks lead with 7:25 remaining in the fourth. Here's Kolick on the left side, ball in his left hand. Gets it knocked away, gets it back, flip shot at the basket is good. Banked it home that time. Here's Philly the other way. Terry looking to drive right down the middle. Whips it over to Barlow, swing out to Edwards. Stop, pop, elbow, area line, jump shot is good. Knicks will have it. Into the front court, Sohan. Back to Tyler Kolick, who takes a deep three as it hits the front rim and goes out of bounds. And ball might have been tipped by Huck Porty. Out of bounds, as we'll have a timeout, as Philly will take a timeout. You're listening to Knicks on the Call. This program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. To subscribe to the channel is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just make sure you hit that bell for notifications as we take a timeout and a word from our sponsors.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
People,
Oh, that's severe. Severe Elder, yeah.
yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
People,
Oh, that's severe. Severe Elder, yeah.
yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians. It's been all Knicks in this one. As we take a look at Landry Shamet, who's 4 of 6 from three-point range for the Knicks, shooting 66.7% from deep. Has 12 points in just over 10 minutes of action in this one. As we get back to live action, here's Philly with the ball. Sidestep, step back three from Edwards, no good. Rebound, Daddier. On the floor with Diarra, Huck Porty, Sohan, and Kolek, who looks like a beat of 5 that'll finish the game. Here's Kolek penetrating. Drop off the Sohan, couldn't quite handle it. Regains it. Whips it out. Swing, pass ends up in Diawara hand straight on three. No good. Rebound, Philadelphia. Here's Bona. Over to Terry. Gives him a screen. Gets the drop off on the roll. Can't quite handle it. Maintains possession. Flip shot is up and good. Here's New York the other way. Kolek has it. Screen from Sohan. Staring down Terry. Between the legs dribble. Whips it over to Daddier. Daddier, who looks to drive and slam it with the left hand, but got it blocked that time. Knicks recover, get the rebound, and the putback is put in by Pacome Daddier. Knicks lead 136-94, a little over 5 minutes remaining in this one. Here's Philly on the drive. Strong take by Edwards. Left hand drive, left hand scoop shot off the glass is good. Here's the Knicks the other way. Kolek into the front court. Working on Edwards. Gets the pass over to Daddier, working the curl screen. Pull up foul line jumper is long. Back iron no good. Here's Philly. Terry into the front court. Driving right on the right side against Diawara into the painted area. Drops it off to Walker, who's blocked by Huck Porty. Ends up in the hands of Bona, who flips it back up and in. 136-98, Knick lead. Here's Daddier. Drop off pass to Huck Porty. Huck Porty turns the ball over. Here's Terry with the two-handed stuff as he took it down the lane and stuffed it over Daddier. Knicks with a 36-point lead. Here's Kolek. Tries a flip pass to Huck Porty on the roll. Turnover. And Terry takes it down the lane on the right side and draws a foul. It'll go against Mo Diawara. That'll send him to the line for 2. As the Knicks lead 136-100. With a little over 4 minutes remaining into the game. Huck Porty has just picked up his fifth foul. Terry at the line misses the first attempt. He'll have another. Second attempt rolls around and in. Here's Kolek into the front court. Slip pass to Sohan penetrating down the lane and he'll get fouled. That foul will go against TJ Watford. As Tyler Kolek split the defense with a bounce pass to a rolling Jeremy Sohan, who'll go to the line for 2. His first free throw attempt is up. Back iron, no good. Second attempt is up. And it's good. 137. 1-on-1 Knick lead with 3:47 remaining in the fourth. Here's Edwards working on Daddier. Knicks defense is still tight and intact. Here's Terry working on Sohan. Step back after the crossover. Shot is good as he nails it over Jeremy Sohan plus the foul. He'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play. Knicks have possession. Off of the missed Terry free throw. Here's Kolek. Gets it over to Hukporti. Screen Hukporti. Here's Kolek. Whips it out to Diawara on the right side. He drives around the elbow area, flips a shot up as the shot clock expired. He was looking for a foul that time as he tried to draw a foul on the pump fake at the left elbow to no avail. It'll be a turnover, New York Knicks. Philly has possession. 137-103 as it's been a laugher in this one. New York with a commanding lead as Edwards stops and pops in the mid-range, bringing Philly within 32. 137-105. Knick lead. Here's Kolek. Screen Hukporti. Driving right. Whips it over to Daddier. Takes a few bumps. Bumps past the Hukporti. Bounce past the Hukporti inside. Takes it up strong and he'll draw a foul. It should be on Terry as he got mauled. Good bounce pass from Tyler Kolek. Driving left from the right side. Collapsed the defense to hit Hukporti underneath for a nice bounce pass that'll send him to the line when we return.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, as we close out the waning moments in this one, it's been all New York, every Knick with an act, as they have been relentless, starting from the opening tip. They've been in control all throughout this one. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to let me know how you're feeling right now. Leave it on scene in the comments below. Tap in with me in the chat as we're back to live action off of that New York timeout. Has Huck Porty at the line shooting 2. He misses the first. Second attempt is no good as well. Knicks have a commanding lead in this one, 137-105, with 2:27 remaining in the fourth. Philly with the possession. Drive to the basket is good. Here's New York the other way in the hands of Daddier. Gets it over to Diawara. Over to Kolek. Kolek drives right. Puts the ball back in his left hand. Pull up jump shot. Mid-range on the right side is no good. Here's Dalen Terry the other way. Behind the back pass. Air ball attempt by Philadelphia ends up in the hand of Tyler Kolek. It'll be a Jarris Walker foul. Here's Kolek off the inbounds to Daddier, penetrating, bounce pass to Huck Porty at his feet, turnover. Here's Terry the other way, whips it to a wide open Edwards, left wing 3, no good. Rebound Daddier, gets it out to Kolek. Kolek, alley-oops from the half-court line, finding Jeremy Sohan, who finishes on the play.
Huffing and stuffing.
Here's Philly the other way. Watford driving against Huck Porty. Flip shot over him is good. Knicks lead by 30, 139-109. Knicks in the front court. Sohan on the right block. Kicks it out to Kolek for a right wing 3, no good. Battle for the loose ball. And looks like we're going to have a foul. Loose ball foul will be against... It'll be against the Knicks. No, excuse me. It'll be against TJ Watford. Picks up the loose ball foul. That'll send Jeremy Sohan to the line for 2. As the Knicks look to close out in the waning moments of this one. Up 140-109 is Jeremy Sohan. First attempt is good. With a little over a minute remaining in this one. Knicks will sweep the Philadelphia 76ers in this Eastern Conference semifinals matchup. And they should get a few days rest, knowing that Detroit and Cleveland have to play some extra games due to Cleveland winning on their home court in their last outing. Back to live action. Here's a Pacome Daddier. Left wing 3 is good. Back on the other end, Broom takes a left wing 3, side iron short, rebound Sohan. 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. As Sohan has it in the front court, just dribbling in circles. Looking to dribble out the clock. He'll let the shot clock expire. Nope. He'll let a Philly player just take it away from him. And here's Broom on the other hand, on the other side of the floor with a dunk. As the Knicks inbound, leading Philly 144 to 114. And this will do it as time has expired. And your New York Knickerbockers advance to the Eastern Conference with a 144-114 win over the Philadelphia 76ers. As they broke out the brooms in this one and swept the Philadelphia 76ers to the wayside. Strong performances across the board from just about every player on this squad. We'll recap it all on the other side when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, the New York Knicks have defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 144 to 114, powered by 25 for 44 shooting from 3-point range, shooting 56.8% from behind the arc, which is a new franchise playoff record for most threes in a single game, surpassing the previous mark of 23 set in 2019, as Deuce McBride led all scorers with 25 points, hitting 7 of 9 from deep, with Brunson and Hart contributing with 6 and 4 3-point goals respectively. And as I just noted, 25 points from Miles McBride to go along with 4 rebounds and a steal. He's our behind the lens player of the game, as he finished a plus 33 in the plus minus column to lead the Knicks in that regard. And the captain, who finished with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 dimes in this one, as all the Knicks gave a valiant effort throughout this game. Chipping in with 17 was Mr. Swiss Army Knife himself, Josh Hart, who had 9 rebounds and 1 assist, 1 steal and a block as well to go with those 17 points. Shot 100% from the free throw line, and like the rest of the Knicks, was in on the 3-point barrage from downtown that saw the Knicks cruise to a monstrous victory in this one. And Mikal Bridges, who had another strong showing with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals, contributed admirably to a Knicks win. And then the Catman-do himself, the Big Bodega, had 17 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he also finished the game with 5 personal fouls, which he's going to have to curb as we continue to go through this playoff run, because he's pivotal and instrumental to the Knicks' success when he's on the floor. So he has to do a better job sliding those puppies so he can stay on the floor and give us more production like he's been doing thus far. And then we take a look at the bench, as Landry Shamet gave you a solid 12 points, shooting 4-6 from 3 at 66.7% from downtown, as the Knicks starters once again gets it done in this one. Strong contributions across the board from everyone. As we take a look at Alvarado and some of the other players who managed to get some time, albeit garbage time, still made contributions to this win, making sure the starters can rest throughout the entire fourth quarter, as the Knicks put a stranglehold on the Sixers and they broke out the brooms and swept them to the curb. Even though Joel Embiid had a pretty solid outing with 24 points and 5 rebounds, they needed more production out of Paul George, who finished with a paltry 7 points and 1 rebound and 2 assists. And Maxey didn't quite put on the performance that we're accustomed to seeing from him, as he failed to score 20 points and only finished the game with 17, as Philly got little to no production from their bench whatsoever. But tonight's star player for me is one Miles McBride, who came out flame throwing early in this one, knocking down his first 5 3-point field goal attempts that ultimately led to a 144-114 final, as the Knicks look to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's summarize it by looking at the team comparisons. New York shot 53.8% from the field, made 49 of 91 field goal attempts, and shot an astounding 56.8% from three-point range, setting records along the way. Shot 25 of 44 from beyond the arc. And the stat that I always like to check for that impresses me the most is the team assists. The Knicks had 33 team assists. This team is virtually unstoppable when the ball is hopping and moving around. And then on the other side, they played spectacular defense. Rotations were solid. Everybody knew the game plan, and they executed it flawlessly. Both teams were similar in the free throw area, shooting 72.4 and 71.4 respectively, although the Knicks edged them out in that category. And the total rebounds, Knicks out-rebounded Philly by 17, 47-30, as they were dominant on the boards. And they also outperformed Philadelphia in the fast break point column, leading Philly 20-7 in that category, as all of those rebounds led to transition points the other way. And the Knicks saw to it that they dominated on the offensive rebound, out-rebounding Philly by 8 boards, and also put in 23 points where they won the turnover battle. It was a flawless execution throughout, as the Knicks dominated Philly in this one. Wasted no time from the beginning, putting their stamp on the game to show that they are the superior team as it pertained to this 2026 playoff matchup. So they'll move on, folks, and so will we, as we wait the next challenger out of the Detroit Pistons in the Cleveland Cavaliers series. Some Knicks fans may want to see Cleveland, for they believe that's the easiest ticket to punch to get to the finals. And some teams or some people want to see the team take on the Detroit Pistons to have some level of redemption from all the ass whippings the Knicks have taken from Detroit earlier in the regular season. But they look like a different team. They look like a championship caliber team. And if they play like this throughout the rest of the way, they'll have a strong, very strong chance at going to the finals and possibly winning it all. To see the Knicks bring home their first championship since 1973. I wasn't even born then. So to witness a championship this year would be historic by all metrics, as the Knicks again will move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. And that'll do it for me, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the #1 show for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. And as always, this program was brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. That'll do it for me. If you're looking for New York Knicks post-game coverage, be sure to check out KFTV, Knick Fan TV, with Alex Tretoros, CP the Franchise, and the rest of the crew. That'll do it for me, folks. Deuces and peace out.